Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sports that welcomes you into coverage of East Coast Conference men's basketball, streaming exclusively on Flow College. And the second game of today's East Coast Conference doubleheader, the College of Staten Island Dolphins host the Red Hawks of Roberts Wesleyan University. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nicholas Pavona, and I will be solo on the call for today's matchup between the Dolphins and the Red Hawks. A huge matchup in the East Coast Conference in terms of the standings. You see the records on your screen. Before I get into those records, this is, of course, the shorthand version of the McDonald's pregame show. McDonald's, of course, our scoreboard sponsor here at the College of Staten Island. They bring you pregame coverage ahead of every CSI Dolphins home game. And I mentioned the records for these two teams. You see them on your screen. Roberts Wesleyan comes into today's matchup a record of 7-14 on the season, 5-8 in conference play. Right now, if the season ends today, the Red Hawks would be the final team in the ECC standings, and if they were to be the last team in the ECC standings, they would have a first-round matchup with these College of Staten Island Dolphins. The Dolphins right now, 17-8 on the season, 8-5 in conference play. They are currently the number 3 seed in the ECC, and a huge matchup for these teams. Roberts Wesleyan, of course, battling to stay alive in the standings. They have a one-game lead over Queens for that final spot in the standings. And for the Dolphins, their chances of getting a top 2 seed effectively are out. They still have a chance to have an opportunity to be the number 3 seed in the ECC tournament if they're able to hold on these final couple of days and, of course, clinch their first home playoff game since entering the Division II era and entering the ECC. The Dolphins coming off, of course, a really stunning defeat last week at the hands of the Firebirds of UDC, who dropped their record to 8-5 on the year. They have now lost back-to-back games here at the Tank after starting the season undefeated here at the Tank. And for Roberts Wesleyan, after a really rough patch for them to start the year, they have been on red-hot fire since they have started the season. They now, as I mentioned, have that last spot in the standings, but not much room for error for these two sides coming into this matchup here today. Of course, I mentioned this in the women's game, and I'll mention it again here in the men's game. This game, of course, was originally scheduled for a 3 p.m. tip-off, but with the current blizzard going on outside, both the men's and women's game today were both moved up exactly 2 hours each. We just finished the women's matchup earlier on. Today, it was the Dolphins getting the victory 73-55 over the Red Hawks and keeping their positioning in the ECC standings. And now for these two teams, they would love to keep their positioning in their own ECC standings as well heading into this matchup. Lineups are being introduced on the court. I will bring you those starting lineups right here. For the Red Hawks of Roberts Wesleyan University, number 1, Jordan Brown. Number 5, Colin Woods. Number 8, Keonjay Carter. Number 10, Trey Kleitz. And number 22, Mohammed Sumaharo. For the Dolphins, same 5 as usual for them. Number 1, Joey Poulin. Number 3, J.J. Chestnut. Number 10, Asa Kone. Number 21, Aaron Goldstein. And number 32, Eric Tynes, rounding out this Dolphins lineup. For Roberts Wesleyan, their last matchup, a really big win for them. They faced as well UDC in their last contest, winning 101-66. So they are not to be taken granted for, despite the record on the season. As I mentioned, they have won now 4 straight conference games over Mercy, Malloy, Queens, and UDC. And for the Dolphins, they have to have an opportunity now. With this late in the season, they have to find a way to keep that positioning. As I mentioned, too, with the Dolphins being just a game up on Malloy in the standings, they take on Malloy next Saturday here at the Tank. And what effectively could be a game in which decides the number 3 and the number 4 seed for those two teams. Keep in mind, Duville is not far behind those two teams for the 3 and the 4 seed. So the Saints still have a shot at moving up and getting a home playoff game. But for Dolphins and Malloy, that could be a game next week that decides the 3 and the 4 seed in the ECC standings. And as I mentioned for Roberts Wesleyan, not much time left for them on this season. They have to get a win, especially if they could get the job done here today at the Tank. A huge, important game for these two teams. We saw the importance of our first game in the women's action. We're going to see a lot more importance here for these two teams as well, as they will try to keep their positioning and stay afoot. For one team, stay alive in the playoff race. For another, trying to stay alive for a home playoff game as we are about just moments away from tip-off here at the Tank. It'll be Woods and Kone on the tip. And it is won by the Dolphins. And we are underway. The second of 2 games here in our East Coast Conference doubleheader. This is J.J. Chestnut with the ball. Passes it to Goldstein. Goldstein back to Chestnut. Chestnut gets a couple screens, gives it up to Tynes. Tynes on the drive. Pull-up jump shot. Off the mark and rebounded by Brown. Brown brings it up. Kicks it now out. This is the Kleitz. This is now Carter. Carter back to Kleitz. Kleitz now out to Brown. Brown on the outside. This is Carter for 3. And that one falls. Keandre Carter knocks down the triple. And the Redhawks get things going here in this game. Chestnut to Tynes. Now out to Poulin. Poulin on the spin move. Kicks it back out to Tynes. Tynes again on the drive. Another pull-up jump shot, and this time it falls. Eric Tynes gets things going for the Dolphins as he puts them within 1. Credit, as I mentioned in the women's game too, a credit to these 2 fan bases for showing out today. I mentioned the blizzard going on the outside. I'm not sure what the weather looks outside right now. I haven't seen the outside in a few hours. But braving the elements are these 2 fan bases here today. This is Brown for 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Kone. We'll see out to Poulin. Now to Tynes for 3. Off the mark and rebounded right there by Woods. Heavily contested on that shot as Brown forced the contested shot. This is Carter on the baseline. Kicks it out. Goes up and under. Sumaharo, and he misses it, rebounded by Kone. Chestnut now with the ball. Kicks it out to Goldstein to Poulin. Back to Chestnut. Back to Poulin for 3. Way off the mark. Kone keeps it alive, and it's taken away by the Redhawks. Here comes Carter. And a miscommunication right there from Woods. Might have thought that Sumaharo maybe was going to cut a little bit more on the inside. It's an early turnover right there for Roberts Wesleyan. We have our next stoppage. I'll bring up the last meet between these 2 teams, a 93-73 win for the Dolphins. Goldstein for 3. Splash. Aaron Goldstein with an early triple. First AG3 of the day. And the Dolphins now lead this game by 2. Chance of defense from the Fanatics. Inside pass to Sumaharo. And Sumaharo traveled. And a second look at that last 3 from Goldstein. Well, it's been an incredible season for him on the year. Trying to cap it off by giving the Dolphins a home playoff game. This is Kone with the ball, gives it up to Chestnut. Chestnut on the drive. Nice move by Chestnut, and he gets the floater to fall. Behind the back dribbling by Chestnut right there, and a really tough play. He gets that floater to fall, and the Dolphins have scored 7 unanswered. 7-0 run for CSI. They lead by 4. And how about Goldstein forces the tie up? He forces the turnover. Goldstein on the drive. Looking for somewhere to go. Kicks it out to Poulin. Poulin to the inside to Kone. Kone on the post. Trying to get past Sumaharo on the jump shot. Gets it to fall. Tough arcing shot by Kone. He gets that one to fall. The Dolphins now in a 9-0 run. They lead this game by 6. Carter out to Kleitz. Kleitz back to Carter. This is Woods now with it. Woods on the drive, back to Sumaharo. Sumaharo, tough basket. Mohamed Sumaharo with a really tough shot. as Kone forced the contact. 4-point game. Chestnut for three. Off the mark. And rebounded by Kleitz. Kleitz now out to Carter. Carter still able to hold on to it. Gets the screen. Kicks it out now to Brown. This is Carter for three. Off the mark, rebounded by Chestnut. Chestnut out to Tynes. Tynes thought about the three. Goes to the inside, long range two. Gets it, a fall. Eric Tynes with the pump fake shot. Gets the mid-range jumper. Puts the Dolphins back up 6. This is Brown with it. Kicks it out to Kleitz. Kleitz outside. This is Carter for three. Way off the mark. Readed by Goldstein. Goldstein on the drive. Kicks it out to Tynes. Tynes stepped on the outside, out of bounds. And it's a turnover for the Dolphins. And that will lead to our first media timeout of today's coverage. It's been a red-hot start to this game for both sides. High-pace action. We head to our first media with the Dolphins leading this one, 11-5. And we are back here at the tank with about 14:31 to go in this first half. It's an 11-5 early lead for the Dolphins in this game. The last time these two teams met, we weren't able to talk about it earlier, but last time the two teams met, the Dolphins got out to a really good start in that matchup with the Redhawks and would not let up their lead. They went into halftime of 53-32. Big game from Eric Tynes. He finished with 19. Goldstein with 18. Kone with 14. Wiggin had 11 off the bench, including 12 rebounds, a double-double for him on the evening. A really impressive showing for CSI in that game. They shot 50% from the floor in that game, so that's something that they'll look to carry over into this game here today. They're off to a good start as well for that. They are 5 of 9 to start this one. They lead this game 11-5. Brown gives it to Woods. Dolphins creating the trap, and it works perfectly as Oyakami forces the turnover. Benedict to Chestnut. To Oyakami. Back to Benedict. Oyakami getting some early minutes here in this game. Goldstein on the drive. Kicks it out. Looking for Wiggin, but Chestnut able to hold it before going out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock. Chestnut on the drive. Floater off the mark. Offensive rebound by Oyakami. Goldstein for three. Off the mark. Loose ball. Rewarded to the Redhawks. Good to see Michael Oyakami in this game. Missed a good portion of the season early in the first half of the season. One of the big defensive players for this Dolphins team. As Benedict almost forcing the turnover, and they do force the turnover on the 10-second violation. We saw in the women's game earlier the Dolphins having trouble getting the ball up the court to start the second half. And as a first half begins, they go with that half-court trap, and it has worked perfectly so far. Goldstein thought about the three. Kicks it out to Wiggin. Wiggin goes up and under. It gets the floater to fall. Mitchell Wiggin with another great pass. That pass was almost close, a little bit too close for comfort to me. Dolphins lead now up to 8. Mitchell Wiggin, as we talked about so much this season, has just really improved his game. Had a double-double the last time the two teams met. As Brown kicks that one inside, loose ball, and it's a turnover for the Redhawks. Khalid Gardner not able to hold on to that pass. As the Dolphins forcing another turnover now. That's now 6 turnovers for Roberts Wesleyan. And we are just under 7 minutes to go. And this 7 minutes have elapsed in this half. As the Dolphins, they turn it over, upward pass to Brown. And a great defensive play by Chestnut, but he is called for the foul. Chestnut trying to knock the ball out before Brown could go up with it. But as he hit the ball, also hit the wrist of Brown. So Brown will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. So adjust our camera once again. I'll tell you, that camera right now doesn't seem to be in total place. I'll try to fix it as much as I can. Send the wide shot for now. It is a 6-point lead again for CSI. Goldstein now has it at the Chestnut. Chestnut to Benedict. Benedict on the drive, on the baseline, goes up with it. Misses, and it's Oyakami that gets the offensive putback. That has to feel good for Michael Oyakami. He gets the basket right there. Dolphins force the turnover. It will remain with CSI. This is exactly why the Dolphins love to have him back in the lineup. Not only great defensively, but can give you those second chance opportunities. And he shows it right there. 8-point lead once again for the Dolphins. Oyakami gives it up to Chestnut. Chestnut for somewhere, gives up to Wiggin for 3. Off the mark. That one rebounded by Woods. Woods loses the ball in transition. It's picked up by the Redhawks, and a travel is called. Travel called on Jaden Lee, and that will lead to our next media timeout. The turnovers so far are piling on for the Redhawks here in this first half. They now have 7 turnovers just 8 minutes into this game as they trail this one 15-7. .52 to go in the first half between the Dolphins and the Redhawks. It is a 15-7 lead for CSI. There's about 8 minutes into this first half. I was not able to mention this earlier on in our women's game. I'll mention it now. This, of course, being February 22nd, it is D2 Day here. As at the end of the first half, when we go into our halftime break, we'll hear from some of the CSI athletes as to the importance of D2, the Division II level for these athletes and some of the advice they would give to a couple players that would love to join the D2 status as well the next couple of years. These players, of course, showing a lot of their incredible athleticism over these years, and we'll see what they do over the next couple of years. Goldstein for 3. That one falls for Goldstein. A second AG3. Dolphins up now 11. Speaking of some of the brightest players of the D2 era, you see one right there in Goldstein. His incredible season continues, and how about that shot right there? A really tough lay-in right there for Khalid Gardner. It's back to a single-digit lead for the Dolphins. Benedict's pass gets to Goldstein. Goldstein having trouble. He turns it over. And it's Khalid Gardner that forces the turnover and gets the lay-in. It's back to a 7-point game. Oyakami now out to Goldstein, to Tynes. Tynes for three. Splash! Well, we spoke about it earlier. Tynes having a big game the last time the two teams played. Knocks down a long-range three right there. The Dolphins now back up double digits. They lead by 10. Brown out to Woods. Dolphins are forcing the trap. Jump shot off the mark right there by Lee, rebounded by Benedict. You've seen the Dolphins enforce that 2-3 trap a lot. Wiggin, that one off the mark. That last rebound by Hadi Alshame. Three-point opportunity goes in for Jaden Lee. Jaden Lee knocks down the triple. It's back to a 7-point game. Goldstein finds Tynes. Tynes on the drive. One-handed floater off, but it will remain in possession of the Dolphins. It was last touched by the Redhawks. Redhawks right now shooting 50% from the floor, as well as the Dolphins shooting 50%. But the main difference of this game right now has been the turnovers. 8 for the Redhawks, 4 for the Dolphins. Wiggin on the inbound pass. Shot will now count, as he was fouled before that. TJ Tibbs not happy with that call. Wanted a shooting foul on that play for Wiggin. That will be a personal foul on that play. Chestnut to Benedict. Inbounds now, and that's Kone with it. Kone with the move. Gets it out to Chestnut. Chestnut behind the back. Goes up with the tough floater. Gets the N1. An incredible move by J.J. Chestnut. He follows through, and he'll have a chance of a three-point play. One of those plays where you say, how did that go in? Behind the back, tough floater, took the contact, and got it to fall. And he converts on the three-point play. The Dolphins are back up 10. This is Jordan Brown that brings it up. He gives it up to Woods. Back to Brown, now out to Carter. Carter to Brown. Brown out to Woods for three. Off the mark, offensive rebounded, and it's rejected. Might have been by Kone, but Gardner was not able to get the shot up. Chestnut. The Tynes. Tynes will take the three. Off the mark. Sumaharo gets the rebound. Brown to Carter. To Gardner. Gardner now to Brown. Gardner on the drive. Goes up and under with the Euro. And he is fouled. Looks like the foul was charged to Andrew Benedict. Khalid Gardner will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Cameron looks to be in good shape now, as Gardner knocks down that first free throw. I'm not sure why I dissolved to the other camera. I am a one-man crew here today. It's originally scheduled to be joined by my broadcast partner, Joe Foreman, but we had some connectivity issues in the first game of our doubleheader. Joe was not able to join me for that call. Unfortunately, will not be able to join me for this call as well. He is watching along, though, here with his dad out in Florida. Ty takes the jump shot and gets it to fall. It has been a very impressive start for Eric Tynes here in this first half. Dolphins are back up 11. This is Carter. It's up to Brown. Tipped away by Chestnut, and it's a turnover forced by the Dolphins. Chestnut behind the back again. Goes up with it again. This time it's off. And a foul is called underneath. Might have been Sumaharo that was called for that foul. And that was indeed the case. Sumaharo charged with a foul. As we head to our next media timeout, the Dolphins now lead this game 26-15 with 7:44 to go in the first half. .7:44 to go in the first half between the Dolphins and the Redhawks. It is a 26-15 lead for CSI. Quick 9 points for Eric Tynes in this first half. Tynes with 9, Goldstein with 6, Chestnut with 5. Kone, Oyakami, and Wiggin also with 2 points each. Inbound pass to Oyakami, but Sumaharo played it perfectly. He forces the turnover. This is Brown. Brown to Carter. Carter on the drive with a pass inside to Sumaharo, but he misses it. Might have been altered by Wiggin. Chestnut out to Wiggin for 3. Off the mark and rebounded right there. Last rebounded by Hicks. Battle goes up to Carter, now to Brown. Brown inside. Inside pass to Sumaharo. Sumaharo with a tough basket right there. Sumaharo with a couple of tough baskets here in this half. His team back down single digits. Pullen looking for somewhere to go, gives it up to Wiggin. Wiggin kicks it inside, and Kone went for the slam, looking for the foul call. No call there, and the Dolphins are not happy with that. That will effectively go down as a block. I believe that was Sumaharo that got maybe a piece of that one. 6:38 to go. Brown has the ball. Gets up to Carter. Carter back out to Brown. Brown to Carter. Inside pass. Turnover forced by the Dolphins. Goldstein almost lost it, and he did lose it. The ball goes out of bounds. That's a tough one right there for the Dolphins. That 2-3 zone has really worked in their favor right now. I should say 3-2 zone has worked in their favor right now. But they were not able to capitalize on that last turnover they forced. And they force another one right there. It's Chestnut on the find to Goldstein. Goldstein goes up with it. It gets the lay-in. Well, they weren't going to miss an opportunity that time around. Chestnut forced the turnover and found Goldstein. And a travel again forced by the Dolphins. That half-court pressure has been really tough for this Roberts Wesleyan squad. As we get a second look right here, good defensive play by Chestnut. Bounce passes to Goldstein, who gets the left-handed lay-in. Double-digit lead again for CSI. This is Chestnut to Tynes. Tynes on the drive. Kicks it inside to Kone. Kone is fouled on the way up. So Kone will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. First free throw for Kone off the mark. Second of 2 free throws are coming right here. As Kone hits the second free throw, Dolphins now lead by 12. As Michael Oyakami will check back in for Kone. I think that's also another good thing that the Dolphins have Oyakami back in the lineup. As we've seen Kone sometimes this year get into foul trouble. They want to get him out. They didn't have the size to take him out sometimes. It would be times to be to play the center. As that three-point shot is good by Jaden Battle. It's back to a single-digit lead for CSI. But getting Oyakami back in the lineup will really help, giving Kone some much-needed rest. Poulin goes up with it, gets the lay-in to fall. Battle through the contact, and it's an 11-point lead again for CSI. Half-court trap again. Another turnover almost forced by the Dolphins. This is Carter battling through a lot of traffic. This is now Woods on the drive. Can't get the lay-in to fall. Offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity. Not off the good, and the tip-in is good by Woods. Colin Woods gets that second chance opportunity. This is Chestnut now off to Goldstein for 3. Splash. Third AG3 of the half. Dolphins back up double digits. Loose ball, another turnover forced by CSI. And they give it right back. This is Carter now. They have numbers. Carter goes up with it, and it's a jump ball forced by J.J. Chestnut. A great defensive play. As we get one more look at that last AG3. Can't give him too much space, because he'll make you pay for it. Inside pass to Woods, and it was poked away by Poulin. He saved a potential basket right there by Colin Woods. 19 to go on the shot clock. Quick inbound pass. Dolphins contending that Woods went out of bounds. No call there. Battle with the ball now. Battle. Fadeaway jump shot. Off the mark. Rated by Oyakami. Goldstein to Chestnut. Chestnut on the drive. Kicks it inside to Oyakami for the 2. 14-point lead for CSI as they go right back into the trap. Randolph's getting it up the court. Dolphins looking for the turnover right there. This is Woods. And they do force another turnover. It's Tynes. Kicks it up to Poulin. Poulin still has it. He goes up with it. Reverse lay-in off the mark. Dolphins still have it. It's Tynes, and he follows through. Poulin almost with an acrobatic finish. Tynes was able to steal the ball away and get the lay-in. That lay-in no good for Carter, but it's a second chance opportunity, and it's Zachary Hicks that gets it. 14-point lead. Tynes fouled. Eric Tynes will go to the free throw line. As the Redhawks not happy, they thought they had a block on that side, on this side of the end. And And that will lead to our final media timeout here of the first half. Dolphins offense thriving on all cylinders. They get a great play right here. Chestnut finds Oyakami underneath for the easy 2. They head into the final media timeout, leading this game 38-24 with 2:54 to go in the first half. .254 to go in the first half here at the College of Staten Island as the Dolphins lead the Redhawks 38-24 in the second half of our East Coast Conference doubleheader. Eric Tynes will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Tynes in this first half with 11 points. Now make it 12. Before that last free throw, Tynes and Goldstein both had 11 points. It's been a really efficient start to this game for the Dolphins. They are shooting 51% from the floor in the half as Tynes goes 2 for 2. A now 16-point lead once again for the Dolphins. They've tied their largest lead of the game. Up the floor, this is Kleitz. He gives it up to Gardner. Gardner to Woods. Woods on the outside, this is Lee. Now back to Woods. Back to Lee for 3. Off the mark, reared by Benedict. This is Goldstein, back to Benedict. Benedict, spin move, are you kidding me? Andrew Benedict with an incredible move to the basket. And the Dolphins are back up 18. Going up and under is Gardner, and how about that acrobatic finish on the other end? Malik Gardner makes it back to 16. This is Benedict again outside to Tynes for 3. Off the mark, and hit the shot clock. Let's get a second look at that last play by Benedict. An incredible move, go from one end to the other, spin move, perfect lay-in by Benedict. We say it so many times, it's incredible to think he's just a freshman. So there's a tough play right there by another freshman, Jaden Lee. And it's back to a 14-point lead for the Dolphins. Benedict gets the screen, goes up with it, misses, and it is rebounded right there by Trubia. This is Woods for 3. Rattles out, reared by Tynes. 1:23 to go in the half. This is Chestnut that brings the ball up. Chestnut out to Oyakami. Now out to Goldstein for 3. Off the mark. And it's Trubia that comes down with the rebound, but Chestnut forced the turnover and gets the basket. Chestnut looked like Jose Alvarado on that play. For any Knicks fans that watched the incredible comeback last night. As Gardner again with another tough basket gets to the fall. TJ Tibbs not happy. He calls an immediate timeout. That's something that has to frustrate a coach. On one end, the Dolphins get an incredible defensive play from Chestnut, forcing the turnover after the rebound. But then on the other end, they give up the lay-in to Gardner. And that timeout will put the Dolphins back up 14 with 47.9 to go in the half. I'll talk to head coach TJ Tibbs in a few short moments once this half concludes for our TSC Physical Therapy halftime report. Of course, an important day here on campus with D2 Day, but of course as well for this Dolphins team trying to get one step closer to clinching a home playoff game in the ECC tournament. About a 17-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Dolphins will have Goldstein, Benedict, Chestnut, Tynes, and Kone out there. For the Redhawks, it is Gardner, Kleitz, Lee, Trubia, and Woods. As they are adjusting to Chestnut right now. There might be something wrong with his jersey. That's creating a stoppage right now in play. And it looks like everything is okay. Dolphins will inbound it right here. A couple seconds left here in the first half. Chestnut maybe going up for the 2-for-1. Goes up with it. Can't get the lay into fall, and it's rebounded by Woods. This is Gardner with it. Out to Woods. The Dolphins will have a chance at a 2-for-1. About a 9-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Gardner goes up and under and gets the friendly bounce. Khalid Gardner has scored the last 6 for the Redhawks. They're now within 12. Dolphins will hold for the final possession here of the first half. Chestnut gets the screen. Gets a second screen. Goes with the lay, and he's rejected by Trubia. 2.8 to go on the clock. Plenty of time for the Dolphins to get a catch and shoot. We'll see what they have drawn up here. Chestnut the inbounder. Out to Tynes. Tynes for 3. Hits the front rim. And that will do it for the first half here at the Tank. At the end of one here in the Tank, it is a 44-32 lead for the Dolphins. I'll be joined momentarily by men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs. All right, I am joined on the court by men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs. And first, TJ, I want to speak to you about the importance of first D2 Day, of course, being today. Talk about, we got to speak to some of the players from a lot of the, the teams here on campus, but speak to me about the importance to you about D2 Day here today.
I've been fortunate enough to spend time at all three levels, D1, D2, and D3. And what's unique about D2, obviously we have the smallest membership, but the regionalization, sometimes when it comes to playoff stuff, I've been at D1 and D3, so you love the national aspect of it. But the continuance through the year to have rivals outside of your conference. So to continue to play teams from the CAC and teams from the NE10 in the games means something, and a lot of teams play each other. But outside of that, obviously going through the Division III transition here to Division II, just what it provides our student athletes, the structure to be able to graduate, to be able to be life in the balance is what they say all the time, right? So to be able to play high-level basketball, high-level sports, but to also do academics at a high level. The one thing I say about D3, and at least where we were here, is sometimes it wasn't conducive to graduating. The rules were conducive to keeping you eligible. So that was the type of experience it was in D3. But we love sending these kids off with degrees. We love seeing them matriculate through college and mature. That's why I'm in it. That's why I love it. So D2 is a great level, and to celebrate D2 Day and to be here at home, it's great, for all of our student athletes.
And now going back into this game, your team started off really hot to end, in this first half. A little bit towards the end of the half, your team's defense got a little bit away from you. What are some of the things that you liked in the first half, and what are some of the takeaways that you would like to fix going into the second half?
Turn the ball over too much. I think defensively we had good energy, but it's not enough. We got to do it all the time. So we can't tail off at the end there. It's like we're kind of waiting to get to halftime. So that starts with the coaching staff. That starts with me. So we played with great energy, but I thought we needed to put a little bit more of a hammer down. I mean, this is a very hot team. They won the last 4 games. It's a very different team than the one that we played when we went up there to Rochester. So, and they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're fighting to get in. This may be a future playoff opponent. Like, all those things matter. So that team's not going to lay down. We did a good job getting some deflections and stuff, but also I think that they would say they didn't play their best game. So some of it has to do with us and our energy and effort, and that's all that we can control. But we need to finish better down there. I mean, Eric Tynes is playing a great basketball game right now, but I need more from him. He's not the only one, but I know how much more he can give, and I don't have enough time with him. Time is running out. I've only had him for 1 year. It's too short. I need more from him. So hopefully him and other guys, well, not hopefully, I know they will. They'll get up there, and we'll be able to come down here and do some better things on both ends.
All right, thank you so much, TJ. Good luck in the second half.
I just want to say, man, like, you and I have spoken about this, but Nick Pavone is here by himself, and I'm grateful to have you here. I'm not going to put too much of that out there and whatever, but I know the sacrifices that you make on a continued basis. You and I have spoke, but I think it's important, viewership. So my family watches all the time. That you're here, you're committed to us, this snowstorm and all that. But I'm glad that you're here with us, and I appreciate you so much. And thanks for being and helping our families out and our fans and being the voice.
Yeah, I mean, as I say to you all the time, I love doing these broadcasts, and I was appreciating your words last couple weeks ago on Sunday. So I appreciate that, TJ. Good luck in the second half.
Right.
As men's basketball head coach TJ Tiss with the TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. They want to keep him too long as he has to go talk to his team heading into the second half. His team leads this game 44-32. When we come back from this break, second half action between the Dolphins and the Red Hawks.
We've learned a lot from him, and we've probably learned more from him than he's learned from us.
I think they're a real important part in my life. I can't describe it. It feels amazing.
Team Impact is a national nonprofit that connects kids living with serious and chronic illness with college athletic teams, forming lifelong bonds and life-changing outcomes.
Give me a break it! Break it!
Can I have a hug? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
When you spread the word about Team Impact, you have the power to change lives.
Nicholas Pavone rejoining you here at halftime. Still about 8 minutes to go before the start of the second half. Forgot to mention it earlier, but I do want to mention it now. With about a couple minutes left in the half, and while we have some time here on CSI Sportsnet, we'll be bringing you now a video from earlier this week, as we got to talk to some of the CSI players on multiple sporting teams, what the importance of D2 Day means to them and what they would give advice to certain players that are trying to transition to the D2 era. So we'll bring you that video right now, and when we get back from that video, as well as the rest of our break here at halftime, it'll be second half action between the Dolphins and the Red Hawks. Dolphins lead this one 44-32.
I would say D2 was the best fit for me because coming out as Australia, there's a bit of a wave at the moment of Australian girls coming over to play softball. And so I was kind of a part of that. I got the opportunity to come play here and I took it. Also, being Australian, being near New York City sounded really cool to me.
What made D2 best fit for me was coming out of Division I school. I wanted to be coached by somebody I very trusted, and that was Coach Morrow. Best decision I ever made.
It's a good balance of academics and athletics, and I'm big on academics, but obviously I also like to run. So being here at CSI, it really let me focus on school while also getting in the running that I need to perform.
Playing Division II has made me realize that it's not always about playing for the best team or like being the top of the conference. It's more about being able to show what you could do, creating relationships with everybody, and just enjoying the sport that you love. It doesn't always have to be at the highest level. It's just all about doing what you love.
Playing Division II basketball has changed my view of college athletics because it's not D1, and everybody thinks if it's not D1, then it's not as good, but I still play good competition. We run a tight ship here. I'm at a good program with a lot of structure, and everything that they say about college basketball, it's true on this level, just as it is on any other level.
I'll say choose a school that you feel supported and comfortable. Make sure you ask yourself would I choose this school even if I wasn't playing sports?
The advice that I would give someone to go D2 has to be to work hard, love your teammates, love your coaching staff, trust the process. It's been an amazing experience for me at Division II level. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned how to be a man. Head coach, Coach Morrow, has helped me become a better man. And I feel like being a part of the team, being a part of that brotherhood is just a blessing because life throws a lot of obstacles at you. It's one of the best things to just have good people around you, so I would say that.
Just work hard. It's still going to be a lot of work in practice, in your academics, trying to work on yourself outside of those times.
One of my favorite experiences being a D2 athlete was probably media day. We didn't really get one at my old JUCO. It was just one of our teammates with a camera taking pictures of us. And then also living in dorms. I didn't get to dorm at my JUCO. I had to live at home, so that's pretty cool.
Well, as the Division II athlete, one of my favorite experiences is travel with the team. We are a family, so every time that we travel, get on the bus until we on the hotel, until we step on the field, we enjoy everything, every single moment. That's one of the best experiences I have like a Division II athlete.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back from the tank. It is a 44-32 lead for the Dolphins heading into the second half of a big East Coast Conference matchup. I talked to TJ Tibbs at the half, and you mentioned it too, that I mentioned earlier on as well. Both teams right now, as it currently stands, are in the ECC playoffs if the season ends today. And if the season were to end today, this would be a first-round matchup in the ECC Conference Tournament. So a big matchup for these two teams. TJ mentioned as well, this Roberts Wesleyan team has been red hot as of late. 4 straight conference wins coming into tonight's matchup. But they're a different team that the Dolphins faced the first time these two teams met. A 20-point win for the Dolphins on the road in Rochester. The Dolphins with a 12-point lead heading into the second half of this matchup. And they had some great performances in the first half. Eric Tynes with 13. Aaron Goldstein with 11. J.J. Chestnut with 7. Some contributions from Poulin, Kone, as well as Oyakami, Benedict, and Wigan. Every Dolphin that has touched the court tonight has scored in this game. As we are about momentarily away to start the second half. It was Poulin that inbounds it to Chestnut. Chestnut to Goldstein, back out to Chestnut. Chestnut to Tynes. Tynes gets double teamed inside to Kone. Kone out to Chestnut. Ball was tipped on the way to Chestnut. This is Poulin that goes up with it. He was rejected, but a foul was called before the rejection. That foul called on Kleitz. And they said the wrong name. As Joey Poulin misses the first half of that 2 free throws. Second free throw for Poulin, off the mark, and it's rebounded by Woods. Woods brings it up. Gives it up Sumaharo, excuse me. Is that ball heading over by me? Thankfully not by the Ethernet. Don't want to lose power this late into this game. It is back to the Dolphins. It's another turnover for the Redhawks. Redhawks now with 16 turnovers in this game. Dolphins are a +9 in the turnover differential, but TJ Tibbs expressed that he has not been happy with the turnovers the Dolphins have allowed in this game. Chestnut for 3. Off the mark. Loose ball. Poulin's still fighting for it. Keeps it alive. And it is Carter that comes up with it. Gives it up to Kleitz, who shoots for 3. And that one falls. Trey Kleitz knocks down the triple. It is now a 9-point lead for the Dolphins. Goldstein. Out to Tynes. Tynes fighting through contact, pulls up the jump shot, it gets to the fall. Eric Tynes has had a lot of tough shots in this game. Another tough one right there with a hand in his face. It's an 11-point lead once again for the Dolphins. Brown out to Woods. This time it's Brown. Now back to Woods. Woods outside to Carter. Carter on the baseline drive is fouled by Tynes. Tynes called for the foul right here as we'll get a second look at his last made basket. Pump fake the 3, went on the inside, got the hand in his face, and was still able to knock it through. Coach TJ Tibbs talked about the importance of getting him heavily involved in this late stages of the season. Poulin on the drive is fouled before that by Woods. Of course, the Dolphins after today have just 2 regular season games left. And it will be postseason time for CSI. First, the East Coast Conference Tournament. And potential aspirations for the NCAA Tournament. As that shot by Goldstein was missed, rebounded by Woods. Dolphins continue to force that half-court trap. This is Brown that brings it up, and he gets the left-handed lay-in to fall. Got right past Chestnut. It puts the Redhawks back within 9. Goldstein with a long-range pass to the Tynes for 3. Off the mark, rated by Woods. Woods brings it up. He'll pull for 3, and he gets it to fall. Timeout, Dolphins. And the Redhawks, who had a nice surge to end the first half, with an early surge to start the second half. Just about 2 minutes into the half, they now trail this game by 6. Dolphins lead now down to 46-40 when we come back from this break. And we are back from the tank here with a 46-40 lead now for the Dolphins. Before the first half ended, the Dolphins' largest lead this game was 42-24 with 2:26 to go in the half. Since that lead for CSI, the Redhawks have outscored the Dolphins 16-4. They got a couple quick 6 points from Gardner to end the first half. They are now within 6 to start the second half. And the Dolphins hoping to not have another second half collapse, unfortunately. That happened to them last week against UDC. Second half lead that they lost. Chestnut almost loses it, gives it up to Goldstein. Goldstein with Gardner on him. Goldstein with 5 on the clock for 3. Way off the mark. Dolphins try to get the rebound, and to no avail. And Kone is down. He took a hard fall. Trying to set up the screen and go for a rebound. And he is unfortunately still down. We saw Kone the last game as well get banged up. Didn't really play a lot in the second half of that game against UDC. Not sure where he landed. And we're not going to speculate where he is currently injured. But while they attend to Kone, we'll take another break here on CSI Sports. That Dolphins lead still 46-40. And we are back here at the tank with good news for the Dolphins as Asa Kone was able to walk off the court. He'll be attended to now to see if he is okay. But for now, he'll have to check out, and it's Mitchell Wiggin that checks in for him. 6-point lead still for CSI. This is Woods. Out to Gardner. Gardner all the way to Kleitz, who now gives it up to Wood. To Sumaharo. This is Brown. Woods on the floating layup, gets it to fall. It's a 4-point lead now for the Dolphins. 18-4 run now for Roberts Wesleyan. Chestnut to Poulin for 3. Off the mark, offensive rebound by Wiggin. Dolphins still have it. Chestnut to Goldstein for 3. Splash. And how important was that basket for the Dolphins right there? Redhawks cutting it to 4. It's now back up to 7. A huge triple for Goldstein, his 4th of the game. This is now Brown for 3 off the mark. Loose ball picked up by Woods. Back out to Brown. He gives it up now to Kleitz for 3. And Kleitz answers with a 3. So on one end, the Dolphins got a second chance three, and on the other end, it's the Redhawks with a second chance three. Pass to Poland, back out to Goldstein. He has Kleitz on him. That's the screen, kicks it out, try to get it to Chestnut. Now out to Poland. Poland to Wiggin on the inside. Wiggin goes up with it. Off the mark, reared by Woods. Chance for the Redhawks to put themselves within one or two. Woods on the drive, gets the lay-in. It's a 2-point game. The Redhawks with an incredible start to the second half. They now trail within two. Chestnut on the drive. Loses it, and a foul is called underneath. That is a big one for the Dolphins, as they almost gave up an opportunity for the Redhawks to go down the court and tie the game. That will lead to our first media timeout of the second half. The Redhawks are now within two, as they now trail this game 49-47. And we are back from the tank with 15:02 to go in the second half. It is now a 2-point lead for the Dolphins. They lead this one 49-47. A once 18-point lead now down to 2. Redhawks not giving up as they try to battle for the last spot in the ECC. Inbound to Kone, trying to get it. Kone has it, goes up with it, and misses it, rear-ended by Woods, and a chance now for Roberts Wesleyan to tie or take the lead. Woods on the drive, loses it on the way up, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Dolphins. I mentioned how somewhat similar this matchup has been to what happened last week against UDC. The Dolphins went into halftime up 8 in that game, led by as many as 9. And they were outscored by 12 points in the second half as the inbound pass goes to Brown, and the game is tied at 49. An incredible inbound pass. We are knotted up. Chestnut with the move. Off the mark. Loose ball. Still there, and a foul is called. How about Roberts Wesleyan, knowing that they need this game a lot? The Dolphins already in the playoffs. Roberts Wesleyan has to fight their way to get in. Right now holding that last spot, and they have come back from all the way down 18 to tie this game. Kone with it. Chestnut, Goldstein for 3. Off the mark. Kone again with the offensive board. Chestnut thought about the 3. He goes up with the floater, and he is fouled. Chestnut will go to the line for 2 free throws. Oh, excuse me, I tried to mute my mic. I was not able to do so. I do apologize for that. Like I mentioned, it's tough with the one-man crew to do all that, and I was trying to reach for the mixer and mute my microphone in the process. So a bit of an excuse me right there as Chestnut knocks down the first free throw. Dolphins regain the lead. Second of 2 free throws right here for Chestnut. And that one falls. Dolphins are back up 2. Once again, chance of defense rattle through from the Fanatics. This is Brown, gives it up to Woods. Kleitz back to Woods, now back to Brown. Brown has it. And a kick ball on Goldstein. Roberts Wesleyan so far to start the second half is 7 of 9 from the floor, including 3 of 5 from 3. Dolphins, meanwhile, they are 2 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 7 from the outside mark. Inside pass to Brown. Brown goes up with it, gets the contact and the foul. Jordan Brown will have a chance of a 3-point play and a chance to give Roberts Wesleyan the lead for the first time today since they were up 3-0. They have not led this game since the 1917 mark of the first half. That camera is bouncing. Yes, the free throw was good by Brown, and Roberts Wesleyan has the lead for the first time since the 19-minute mark of the first half. Chestnut on the drive. Left-handed lay-in off the mark. Kone gets the offensive board. Goes up with it, gets the basket. Now, there was a stoppage in the play after the basket was made. Not sure, maybe that was a warning potentially to Kone. Still trying to discuss it with the scorer's table. Kone emphatically screamed and one after the basket was made. Might have stared down the defender potentially, so that might have been a warning, if I had to guess, that happened on that play. Dolphins are back up 1. This is Kleitz with it. Gives it up to Brown, who gives it up now to Woods. Woods out to Brown. Brown up and under. No good. Benedict grabs the rebound. This is Goldstein now with it. Goldstein on the drive. Step back. Pass out to Benedict. He gives it up to Wiggin. Spin move by Wiggin. Pull up jump shot is good. Mitchell Wiggin with a big basket. Puts the Dolphins back up 3. Again, felt like another important basket the Dolphins needed. That shot off the mark, loose ball, still loose, and Kone has it. Gets it up to Goldstein. Goldstein to Benedict. Benedict is fouled underneath. The question's now going to be, is that a shooting foul or a regular personal foul? I don't believe he went up with the shot. If that's indeed the case, it is a regular foul. Fanatics certainly letting Roberts Wesleyan players know what they think of them. I certainly won't relay the message. As Chestnut will inbound the pass to Kone. Back to Chestnut. Chestnut on the drive, goes up and under, and he will go to the free throw line. He's fouled. Chestnut will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2. Chestnut knocks down the first free throw. 4-point lead now for CSI. And a technical foul was just called on the Redhawks. I believe Mark Salaikis just got called for a technical. That could be a potential costly foul right there for Roberts Wesleyan. Salaikis was voicing his displeasures On that last foul call, I mentioned earlier, Kone got a warning earlier. Another free throw for Chestnut. So Chestnut knocks down the 2 technicals. He still has 1 more free throw to make. A now regular two free throw shot has turned into 4. And Chestnut knocks down all 4 free throws. It's a 7-point Dolphin lead again. We'll see how much that foul potentially plays in this game. On the move is Lee. Might have been rejected by Kone, and it's rebounded by Goldstein. Out pass to Benedict. Benedict back to Goldstein. Goldstein gets the screen. Now gives it up to Chestnut. Chestnut to the inside to Kone. Kone on the post move. Gives it up to Goldstein for 3. He is rejected by Woods. Colin Woods with an emphatic rejection prevents Goldstein's potential 5th 3 of this game as we head into our next media timeout. The action is picking up here at the Tank heading into this next media. It is a 59-52 lead for the Dolphins when we come back. .11:57 to go in the second half between the Dolphins and the Redhawks. It is a 7-point CSI lead now, 59-52 to score. Dolphins still have the ball after that last rejection by Colin Woods. 15 to go on the shot clock. Inbound pass, and Sumahara forces the turnover. Gardner gives it up. This is Lee. Lee back out to Gardner, now out to Woods. Woods with a pull-up jumper. Off the mark, rated by Kone. This is Goldstein. Long-range 3. Splash! It rattles in as Goldstein knocks down his 5th triple. The Dolphins are back up 10. Sumahara wide open. He will hold it and give it up now to Brown. That's 3 for now from Woods, way off the mark, rated by Kone. Redhawks now starting to get cold. Goldstein with the pump fake. Loose ball, still loose. Dolphins looking for a foul. No calls, Benedict now has it. This is now Chestnut. Gets the screen from Kone. Out to Goldstein. Goes up and under. Back out to Chestnut, this time for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Woods. Not going to allow Goldstein to have another opportunity of a triple right there. On the move is Woods. Goes up and under, misses. Loose ball, out of bounds. In possession of the Dolphins. Inbound pass goes to Goldstein here. 10:25 to go in regulation. 10-point lead now again for the Dolphins. Pass to Wiggin. Wiggin gets the contact, tries to go up with it. And the Dolphins are called for the travel. Wiggin trying to go up right there with that shot. That was called for the travel. Turnover for CSI. They go again with the half-court trap. Brown kicks it up. This is Battle with it. Gardner now goes with it. Passes back out to Battle. Battle. Pull-up jumper. Gets the fall. Jaden Battle with a big basket right there. Cuts the deficit back to single digits. 8-point lead now for the Dolphins. Benedict. Outside to Chestnut. Chestnut to Goldstein. Goldstein to Benedict. Benedict for three. Splash! Andrew Benedict knocks down the triple. It's an AB three and a Dolphin 11-point lead. Battle gives it up to Gardner. This is Battle once again with it. Gardner now has it. He gives it back to Battle. 8 to go on the shot clock. Brown to Gardner. Gardner now for three. And that one rattles in. Khalik Gardner with another big basket. His team now back within 8. As I believe the Redhawks call the timeout. And that is indeed the case. Redhawks call a timeout with 9:04 to go. We'll take a quick break here on CSI Sportsnet. It is a 65-57 lead for the Dolphins when we come back from this break. And we are back from the tank with a 65-57 lead for the College of Staten Island. 9:04 to go in regulation. A big three from Khalik Gardner has made it a single-digit game once again. Roberts Wesleyan trying to hold on to their positioning in the ECC standings. Dolphins, meanwhile, trying to maintain their positioning in terms of getting a home playoff game. It's just Chestnut. Brings it up, gets the cutting Goldstein, who gets the lay-in, count the basket, and the foul. Aaron Goldstein is really heated up now here in these last couple of minutes. He gets the N1 to fall. A nice pass from Chestnut on that cut. A now 10-point lead again for CSI. As the free throw is good from Goldstein. 11-point lead again for the Dolphins. It seems like now every time the Redhawks respond, the Dolphins answer right back. Outside pass, Lee for three. Off the mark, loose ball. It remains in possession of the Redhawks. Let's get a second look at that play from Goldstein. Chestnut stops, waits for Goldstein to cut, gets the basket, and then gets the N1. Inbound pass goes to Battle. 20 on the shot clock. Battle takes the contact, pull-up jump shot off the mark, and it's Tynes that comes down with the rebound. Goldstein out to Tynes. Tynes with a pump fake, goes up with three. Off the mark, and rebounded by Sumaharo. This is Brown now with it. Gets to the screen, goes up and under. Nice move by Brown. And Jordan Brown has had himself a nice start to the second half. It's a 9-point game again. Redhawks needing a stop right here to try to get back into this game. Goldstein, long-range three. Off the mark. Loose ball, and the Redhawks have it. Rebounded by Battle. This is Carter. That's the contact, and he's fouled by Goldstein before the shot goes up. Goldstein's first foul of this game will lead us to our next media timeout. 7:48 to go in regulation. The Dolphins now lead this one 68-59 when we come back from this break. .7:48 to go in regulation. Dolphin lead now down to 9. It's a 68-59 lead for the Dolphins as the Redhawks will inbound it. Inbound pass goes to Carter. Carter behind the back, almost went with the jump shot. Now kicks it out to Battle. Battle to Lee. Lee looking to give it up, gives up to Sumaharo. Sumaharo goes up, under, and is fouled by Kone. Fanatics certainly voicing their displeasures on that play as Kone is charged with the foul, his second. Sumaharo will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. The Fanatics certainly showing their enthusiasm this game as that camera is just continues to rattle and rattle. Of course, the important rule here on CSI Sportsnet is to make sure the equipment is okay, as that second free throw does go in. 7-point lead now again for CSI. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in this game. Chestnut on the drive, rejected by Sumaharo. Rebounded by Kone. Goldstein now has it. Goldstein looking for help. Is double teamed in the corner, and he traveled. So Goldstein called for the travel as they double teamed him in the corner. And a turnover forced by the Redhawks. This is Carter. He gives it up now. This is now Woods. Back to Carter. Carter to Woods. Woods gets the screen to Sumaharo. Sumaharo lost it on the way up. No foul called. It's a turnover forced by the Dolphins. This is Goldstein now with it. He's up to Chestnut. Chestnut again on the drive. It's past Lee, goes up with it, and goaltending is called on Woods. Chestnut will get the basket right there. Goaltending called on Woods. It's a 9-point Dolphin lead. Chestnut now with 15. Tynes has 15. Goldstein with 20. This is 3 now from Carter. Off the mark, readed by Kone. After a strong start to the half for the Redhawks shooting, they have now missed a lot. Goldstein for 3, off the mark. Rereaded by Carter. Carter gets the screen. Tries to get it into Sumaharo, still has it. Goes up with it, misses. Sumaharo rebound. 3-point shot for Battle, off the mark. It's Sumahara again with the rebound, and a foul is called underneath. That's now the 6th foul, I believe, on the Dolphins, unless Steph already had it up on the board quickly. Yeah, she did. Wow. 5 fouls, so excuse me, not number 6. That 5 got on there quickly. Credit to Stephanie over at the scorer's table for getting that foul up quick. So Dolphins still are 2 fouls away from putting the Roberts Wesleyan Redhawks in the bonus. The Dolphins, meanwhile, they are a foul away from being in the double bonus. As there goes the rattling again. Sumahara's first free throw falls through. Well, there's been some shaking, there's been some rattling. Let's hope for no rolling. We don't want anything to break. Otherwise, this might be the last time you hear from me on CSI Sportsnet as the second free throw is missed by Chestnut. Dolphins looks like they will take some time off the clock. They have an 8-point lead with under 6 minutes to go. It's the screen from Kone. Gives it up to Goldstein. Goldstein goes up with it. Might look for the pass to Kone. Kone has it now. And Kone lost it. Turned over, forced by Battle. Battle the other way. Goes up with it. Count the basket and one. Jaden Battle with an incredible move. Forces the turnover on one end and gets the basket on the other end. It is now a 6-point lead. Battle now with 5. Correction, now he has 7 points in this game. He misses the free throw. Rebounded by Poulin. It's a big missed free throws for the Redhawks the last couple of minutes. Wiggin to Chestnut. Kone now looking to give it up, gives it up to Wiggin. Wiggin goes up with it and is rejected. Second opportunity is rejected. Third chance, it falls. Mitchell Wiggin never gave up on the play. 3 times the charm. Dolphins up 8. Woods fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. I mentioned it in the women's game, but there is a certain energy in this building today. The importance of this game is monumental for both sides. There's been some hard-fought action these last few minutes, especially here in the second half. First of 2 free throws for Woods goes in. It's back to a 7-point game. Woods now with 10 points in this game. He's the third leading scorer, for the Redhawks. Make it now 11. He's tied with Brown now for the second most points on the team. Gardner off the bench has 14. Brown and Woods, who started this game, both now have 11. It's a 6-point lead again for the Dolphins. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Chestnut out to Kone. Kone to Goldstein. Goldstein try to get past Woods. Goldstein goes up and under and gets it, a fall. How did Goldstein keep his balance on that play? He gets an 8-point lead now for the Dolphins. Brown to Woods. This is a 3-point shot for Gardner. That's off the mark, rebounded by Wiggin. Upward pass to Kone. Kone goes up with it and misses. Offensive rebounded by Poulin. And the Dolphins will slow it down and take some time off the clock. Goldstein has a 10 to go on the clock. Goldstein takes the contact from Battle, goes up with the left-handed lay and misses. And it is rebounded by Woods. Woods now kicks it out to Brown. Brown goes up with it, gets it a fall, count the basket and one. Jordan Brown does it again. He'll have another opportunity of a 3-point play. It is now a 6-point lead for the Dolphins as we head into our final media timeout. We'll get one more look at that last basket from Aaron Goldstein A tough play inside the post, keeping his balance and keeping the Dolphins ahead. Final media timeout. It's the Dolphins 74 and the Redhawks 68. Jordan Brown will go to the free throw line, trying to convert a three-point play. His team now trailing once again by 6. Dolphin Fanatics looking to rattle him like they're rattling the camera. And he gets the free throw to fall. 5-point lead now. 3:47 to go in regulation. Been an incredible game between these two teams, and what could potentially be a potential first-round matchup that we see in the ECC tournament. Chestnut on the move, passes it to Kone. Kone goes up with it, misses, gets a second chance, off the mark, rebounded by Brown. Brown up the court, tried to get it to battle, it's Gardner that has it. This is Woods outside, and this is Carter, goes up with it, no good, rebounded by Poulin. Carter took a lot of contact from Kone on that play. Chestnut with it. To Poulin for 3. Off the mark, rid by Brown. Brown to Gardner. Gardner. Back out to Brown. Under 3 to go. Woods on the drive, lost it. Goes up with it. Misses, rebounded by Kone. Redhawks really need to stop now more than ever. Inside pass to Wiggin. Wiggin on the spin move on the post, trying to find Poulin, but is fouled before that. And that is the 10th team foul now on the Redhawks. The Dolphins are in the double bonus. So 2 free throws for CSI right here. As Wiggin misses the first of the 2. Sumaharo checks in for the Redhawks. Benedict checks in for the Dolphins. Second free throw is good by Wiggin. It is a 6-point lead again. Under 2:30 to go in regulation. Brown has the ball, gives it up to Woods. Woods back out to Brown, now out to Gardner. Gardner on the drive. It is off of Wiggin, remains in possession of the Redhawks. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. Inbound pass to Woods. Woods gives it up to Brown. Brown drives, goes up with it. No foul, goes up with it again, and he misses. That is one Brown's going to want to have back. It looked like he had a chance of a second chance opportunity. 2 minutes now to go. Chestnut has it. Dolphins will take their time. Gets the screen from Kone. Pull-up jumper's rejected. Goldstein has it again. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Goldstein on the baseline goes up with it. Oh, and he gets it a fall! Oh my goodness, what a play by Goldstein. Count the basket and one. One of the more incredible finishes we have seen in a basketball game. Goldstein cuts on the baseline, went up and under, and I don't believe how he made that last basket. He's got a chance of a three-point play right here. And he gets it to fall. Goldstein now with 25. Dolphins back up 9. Time is ticking on the Redhawks. This is Gardner out to Brown. Brown's pass was tipped to Battle. Battle back out to Brown. Brown again drives. Looks for some help. Out to Gardner. Gardner up and under floater. Rattles out. Sumahara gets the rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line. I will say, folks, I can feel it in my voice. I am starting to lose my voice. I was at Madison Square Garden yesterday for the St. John's game against Creighton. So that tackled on with this. It's certainly not helped my voice these last 24 hours. But this has been an incredible matchup between these two teams. That first free throw was missed. Second of 2 from Sumahara. And that takes a friendly bounce. 8-point lead for the Dolphins. 1:14 to go in regulation. Goldstein looking for somewhere to inbound the pass to, and he's not able to before the Dolphins call a timeout. The Dolphins call a timeout. They have 1 remaining. If they are able to hold on, would be their 10th conference win of the season. Pressure their 9th conference win of the season. I have my math wrong on that one. It would be their 9th conference win of the year. For Roberts Wesleyan, if they are not able to come back, they would drop to 5-9. And while I have time, I'll see if I can pull up the score between Queens and Stack. Because that right now is a big matchup. If Queens is able to beat Stack, they will be tied for the last spot in the ECC standings. So the next time stoppage we have, that will bring along that score. It's a close one and sparkle for those two teams. Inbound pass. It's now Chestnut that has it. Up to Wiggin. Wiggin goes up with it. Gets it to fall. Dolphins could have taken their time. They decided to go up quickly. They're now back up 10. Woods for 3. Off the mark. Sumahara gets the rebound. He goes up with it and misses. Rebounded by Wiggin. And Goldstein is fouled by Brown. Roberts Wesleyan in danger of falling in this game. And drop it to a conference record of now 5-9 on the season. Right now, Stack leads Queens in their game currently, 78-74. 5:42 remaining in the second half of that game. Queens is able to come back. They'll be tied for the last spot in the standings. If Stack hangs on, then Roberts Wesleyan will keep their 1-game lead over the Knights. Brown on the drive, reverse layup is no good. Offensive rebound, Sumahara follows through. It's back to 10. Redhawks will need a big prayer right here to get back in this one. Wiggin brings it up the court. And that foul on Sumahara will more than likely do it. So if you're a Roberts Wesleyan fan, while this result right now is disappointing, you now are hoping for the Knights to fall in their matchup with the Spartans, so that the Redhawks can keep their 1-game lead in the standings. Wigan goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. It's back to an 11-point lead for CSI. 32.9 to go. Brown will bring it up, gives it up to Woods. Woods to Brown. Brown to Woods. Woods lost it on the way, and it will remain in possession of the Red Hawks. This game concludes. I'll be joined on the court by our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Aaron Goldstein. Another incredible performance here today. And oh my goodness, what a poster right there by Woods. Colin Woods with an emphatic dunk right there as the Dolphins turn it over. Yeah, second look at that last play for Woods. Off the inbound pass. He's had himself a nice game tonight. And what an emphatic slam right there. They forced a turnover meanwhile as well. 9-point deficit with 16.8 to go. Inbound to Kleitz. He shoots for 3. Off the mark, readed by Poulin. Poulin up to Benedict. And Benedict is fouled with 10.6 to go. Andrew Benedict will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. He knocks down that first one, put the Dolphins back up 10. Benedict goes 2 for 2 from the line. Dolphins back up 11. More than likely the last possession of the game right here. Brown will to go up with it. Back to Kleitz, back to Brown. He'll shoot the 3. Off the mark, reared by Chestnut, and that will do it. The College of Staten Island gets an all-important win as they beat the Roberts Wesleyan Redhawks 85-74. That win for the Dolphins will now push them inches closer to getting a potential first-round home playoff game here at the Tank, and what could be a matchup between these two teams down the road. Dolphins now go to 9-5 in conference play with the win, a full game up on Malloy. And in the meantime for Roberts Wesleyan, they dropped to 5-9. Had to relay over to get the banner for our post-game interview, but as I mentioned, Roberts Wesleyan, they dropped to 5-9 with that loss. However, for Roberts Wesleyan, if Stack is able to hold on against Queens, Roberts Wesleyan will keep that last spot in the ECC standings with 2 games remaining in the regular season. In a few short moments, I'll be joined on the court by our TSC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Aaron Goldstein. All right, I am joined on the court by our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Aaron Goldstein. And Aaron, first off, an incredible win for you guys here today. Potential first-round playoff matchup between you and this Roberts Wesleyan team. What does this win mean for you guys heading down the last games of the season?
It means a lot, just because, we've been struggling as of late. And, we worked every day in practice, trying to just get mentally back in it, Mentally back in it, heading into the playoffs. It's a big stretch coming up. I thought we played a really good game of basketball today. Guys were hitting shots, getting to the spots. And it felt good to get a win again, coming off 2 losses. But we're back to rolling and playing CSI basketball.
And down the last 2 games of the season before you guys head into the playoffs, what are some of the things that you guys are looking forward to in terms of trying to keep going towards these last 2 games and what you're trying to fix over the last couple games of the regular season?
We're looking forward to, just playing every day, man. We don't take this game for granted. It could end in a week and a half from now. So we come in every day, work hard. We want to make a run in the playoffs. We want to make the tournament. We want to win a championship. And it starts with days like today, getting a win and getting back on our groove. So today was a great day for us, and I can't wait to keep going. We got 2 more regular season games, home game here at the Tank. That's going to be awesome, and I'm ready for a playoff run here.
Well, Aaron, thank you so much for your time. Stay safe with the travels today,
yes,
and
sir.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That was Aaron Goldstein for our TLC Physical Therapy post-game report. A great night for Goldstein and the rest of this Dolphins team. He finishes with 27 points on 9 of 18 shooting. The Dolphins get an 85-74 win over the Redhawks of Roberts Wesleyan University. They now go to a conference record of 9-5 on the regular season. That now puts the Dolphins a couple of inches closer to getting that number 3 seed in the ECC. A full game up on the Lions of Malloy University with 2 games left for both the Dolphins and the Lions. And keep in mind, the Dolphins will play the Lions here next week at the Tank on Senior Day, and what more than likely will be a matchup for the number 3 and number 4 seed in the ECC standings. So be sure to tune into that matchup here next week on CSI Sportsnet, exclusively on Flow College. For us here on CSI Sportsnet, that will be our next broadcast. Now, also, I would like to shout out my broadcast partner, Joe Foreman. Of course, not able to join me for the call here today, but Joe is still a busy man. He is still calling some action. He just finished up calling the baseball action over the weekend. He will more than likely be on the call with me next week for the Senior Day matchups for the Dolphins against the Lions at Malloy University. So I'll be joined by my broadcast partner, Joe Foreman, next week on the call for those 2 matchups. But for everyone here at the College of Staten Island, for everyone here on CSI Sportsnet, thank you, everyone, for tuning into tonight's coverage of the Dolphins and the Redhawks. The Dolphins win this game 85-74. They now go to 9-5 in conference play. We will see you here at the Tank next week for Senior Day, where the Dolphins take on the Lions at Malloy University. Everyone enjoy the rest of their Sunday afternoon going into evening. Please drive home safely and have a good night.